Hi, Tim here with my day 21 update. Yes, can you believe it? I've been doing this for nearly 3 weeks. By the end of today, we'll have been on this juice fast for 3 weeks and I'm still going strong. Zero point 0.4 of a kilogram weight loss since last time, which is just under a pound, about 0.9 of a pound. And overall, that's 10.6 kilograms or 23.5 pounds there or thereabouts that I've lost since I've started. So everything's on track, still feeling fantastic. The vegetable cleanse is doing quite well, and I'm still experimenting trying to find the healthiest juices. Overall, I think I'm succeeding. I'm actually getting into celery now, and this is something that I got a comment on a video from someone who's just starting out, I believe, and they're having trouble finding juices they like. What I can say there is hang in there, because it actually gets a lot easier. What I'm finding is some of the juices that I'm sure when I first started this juice fast that I wouldn't have liked, I'm getting used to. For example, take this morning's juice, which some people might go, oh, that sounds horrible. I had celery, grapefruit, lemon, lime, had some apple, had some pear as well, and just trying to think what else there was. I think that was it. But the celery was really put me quite off, and I used quite a bit of celery. Perhaps 20% of the drink, maybe 25%, was celery alone. So at lunchtime, coming up, it's about 11:15 here, so in a few hours I'll have another juice, and I will have celery again. I'll probably have some spinach this time, and maybe some broccoli as well, and so my drink will be like fully green. It'll be the proper mean green juice, and more vegetables. So my point to all this is that it's possible, if you hang in there, even though the taste might be off-putting to you, you'll actually get used to it, and your body seems to start liking it. And I'm finding that I can't really find a juice, no matter how I mix it at this stage, that I actually don't like. There's some that I like more than others, sure, and yes, given a choice, I probably would go back and have fruit juices only. But the reality is, and I've written this down actually, since I talked about 4 or 5 days ago, I talked about how I thought I might be having too much in the way of fruit juice and not enough vegetables. Well, in the last 4 days, I've lost, where are we? 0.5 of a kilo, so half a kilo, 0.4 of a kilo, 0.3 of a kilo, and 0.4 again. Contrast that to a few days before that, and I was like 0.1 and 0.2 and then 0.1 again. So in other words, just by changing my juices to have more vegetables, I'm losing more weight. And I'm sure if I took it to the next level and I had like 70 or 80% vegetables, that probably the weight loss would increase again as well, because obviously the amount of sugar in fruits is a real issue to your body, and if you have too much in the way of sugar, that can be have a detrimental effect to your body overall, and of course a detrimental effect to the weight loss. I think that's all. I want to talk about today. Cheap, healthy recipes. When I say cheap, I'm finding that I'm not sure other people out there are probably finding this. Fruit and vegetables are very expensive. It's actually a lot more, I'm finding, to continue on with this type of eating, or drinking I should say, because I'm not actually eating while I fast. But this using purely fruit and vegetables, I'm finding it's actually costing more than would I have just stuck, more than it would have been if I had stuck to purely processed type man-made foods. Interesting, isn't it, how backwards our society is, that to eat healthy costs more than to eat unhealthy. So literally the foods that are killing us, the processed foods, with the very unhealthy trans fats and all the other sorts of man-made ingredients, and of course the massive amount of sugar that they add pretty well to anything they can, which is actually documented that it can kill you, by the processes of making you gain weight, which obviously in itself is a real negative for your body. But just in terms of what that sugar and so forth does to your body, but yet that's cheaper to survive on. I saw a documentary. I think it was called Food Incorporated. Very good. If you haven't seen that, do a Google for that. And I think there's a preview for it on YouTube, which you can find. And there's a person on there that she was talking about to feed her family of 4. It was cheaper for her to go through McDonald's or to that type of fast food type place to buy a burger to feed them than it would be for fruit and vegetables. I find that amazing, that we've just got our standards are just so backwards when it comes to that. We need to do it the other way so that healthier is cheaper. One of the things I'm looking to do is set up an organic garden and grow my own vegetables. And this will be probably where my partner Louise will kick in, because she's a much better gardener than me. But that's literally something that we're looking to do now, is set up a garden and start growing our own fruits and vegetables, so so that we don't have to be part of this problem. Obviously, it's going to take some time to grow them, but once you've grown them, of course, your only cost is the cost of maintaining them and giving them some water and love every day, which is pretty simple. So that's the plan. Obviously, organic foods, organic fruit and vegetables is the way to go. But yeah, just interesting, that observation of mine, that it's a lot cheaper to eat unhealthy. It seems to be very bizarre to me. What do you think? Let me know what you think. I'd love to hear from you as always. All right, I'm going to leave it there for today. So as I said, everything's going quite well, and I'm looking forward to day 22 tomorrow with yet another update. And for those of you who are struggling with the taste, hang in there. It does get better. It gets to the stage now where I'm finding I don't really care what it tastes like. I'm just quite happy to drink it. I feel sort of neutral towards it. I certainly don't think it's disgusting or anything like that, whereas I think if I had tried a large component of vegetable juice early on, I probably would have thought that was like a very disgusting taste, or very nasty. And thinking about it a bit further, is there a problem with you starting off and having a bit too much juice, fruit juice? Going for the sweeter side first and then slowly moving into it. I don't think there's a problem. If you set yourself a goal to lose, a certain amount of weight in a certain period of time, if you're going to start off and have more fruit juices and vegetables, maybe you just need to adjust that goal a little bit to say, well, okay, I'm probably not going to lose quite as much weight initially because I'm having more of this fruit. But set yourself a plan, like maybe you start off on a 70-30 mix or 80-20, so 80% fruit juice and 20% vegetable, and try and change it so that over time you're getting to a 50-50. I mean, I'm probably now just getting to the stage where I'm 50-50. I'm trying to change that now, so eventually I want to go to a 70-30 split with vegetables. So the majority of my juice is actually going to be vegetable. So I'm moving towards that all the time. It's an ongoing thing, and that's maybe something you need to think of. Just the fact that even if you're on a fruit only, fruit juice fast, it's still going to be a lot better for you than the processed foods you've been eating in the past. So keep that in mind, and don't be don't beat yourself up is what I'm trying to say. Don't be too upset with yourself if you can't stick to all the vegetables initially. Just remember, it's a journey, and you're starting today, and each day you get through this process, things get a little bit easier, and you get a little bit more in control, and you start feeling happy with yourself because you're succeeding. Think of it as a life plan. So this is like really like a big a reset. You're resetting your body much as if you turn the computer on and off. You're actually restarting and you're starting again from scratch almost, and you're fixing up all the problems that have been caused over a period of time with the bad food that you've been ingesting. So this is day one. This is the start where you're actually starting that process. So don't think you need to be where I'm at day 21, because I've had to go through this period for 3 weeks. Anyway, I think I'm rambling, but I hope you get the point there. Don't beat yourself up. Keep at it. Day by day, you'll get better, and the weight will start falling off, and you'll be feeling healthier. And every single day, every single meal for that matter, that you're able to stick to the juice fast, you are going to be helping your body. Keep that in mind, that it's a magical thing, and not something that you should be thinking it's not really doing much help, because it absolutely is really changing your life. Okay, I look forward to updating on my progress tomorrow morning. Cheers for now.